Hello, hello, hello. So, I want to tell you all a story about what really changed my perspective and my perception on what it meant to parent. And it really begins back when I was attending the University of Vermont. I was an undergrad, and I really thought that I had no idea about children and I didn't want to have them at all. So I was going way, way, way out of my way not to have any. At that point, I was still completely abstinent and had been my entire life. So I was very committed to this cause, you could say. And I remember I was just going around campus, getting to know everyone, and we were starting the new semester. I walked into our science lecture hall, and there was this super cute younger student there. I thought, oh, she seems like she might be a freshman, but she seems a little young to be a freshman. I don't know. So I turned to talk to her and I realized, oh, this is just a kid. This is like a teenager. She was like maybe 16 years old. And we were in a advanced biology class. And I was thinking to myself, now, what is she doing here, right? Like, is this like a tiny genius? What's going on? So I start talking to her. I introduce myself and I'm trying to understand like her backstory a little bit. And she tells me that she's homeschooled. And it was the first time that I'd ever been exposed to the idea that being homeschooled didn't mean that your parents were your teachers. Now, I know that might be super obvious to everyone else in the entire world, but I was that many years old when I realized that there were so many more options than just homeschool by teaching your own child, or public school, or just a formal private school like a preparatory school. I didn't have this broad range of experiences to draw from, and I had these very two-dimensional ways of seeing how you could educate and raise a child. So from that experience, what I realized was that this young girl was able to just follow her pursuits, learn the things that she was most interested in. Her dad specifically sent her to the college for the classes he didn't want to teach her, or that he didn't feel capable of teaching her at the level that she needed to be taught. And so she just was engaging at this higher level because no one put a cap on what she was supposed to learn. No one had an expectation that she shouldn't be able to do these things. And so she just did. She wasn't some magical genius baby. This was just a young woman who was given the opportunity to be in these spaces. And it completely flipped my mind about how I might, in the future, very far future, think about how I might raise my daughter. Now, flash forward to about 10 years in the future, plus 2 or 3. And I'm with my pregnant belly, thinking about how I want to raise my child. And I knew that there was so much I still needed to learn, but I'd heard of Montessori, heard of Goddard School, heard of child-centered learning. I was getting a sense of the perils of public education as the government has started to change its restrictions and expectations on what children are to read, what children are to learn. I was a product of the school system that focused on teaching to a test. And even though I was creative and curious, and so it was okay for me, I didn't want to replicate that model, especially because I did feel put down a lot throughout my educational experience. So I knew public school was most likely not the direction I wanted to go in with my child. And I was learning about okay, what about daycare? And should you do a center model? Should you do a home daycare model? Should you try to find a pre-K that goes really, really young? There were so many things that I just did not know. And I was overwhelmed. I honestly was overwhelmed, just sitting in the car with my pregnant belly, thinking about this little potential human who was going to come out and have all of these world expectations, all of these opportunities behind a corner that I can't see. And that I, as her mother, would need to start to look around the corner, would need to look under the covers, would need to kick kick the tires and pop open the trunk and get under the hood and understand these systems so that she could have the best opportunities available to her. And that's really what this platform is for. I really wanted to create the opportunity for other parents who are trying to navigate all of these things to have a place where they could hear from somebody who has a unique and eclectic experience when it comes to having been a person who was put through the American education system as a New Yorker, a person who has multiple post high school degrees, as a person who graduated, with various honors in high school, but then moved on and has done undergraduate, multiple majors, and moved on to a higher education beyond that, in graduate school, going on to my master's degree, and really starting to understand the connections between the work that we do as adults and those bridges that we have to build to get to where we want to go, even if it's non-traditional, right? I think it's such a matrixed experience. And the more three-dimensional, right? The more multi-dimensional that we can create our pathway forward, the more opportunities there are for us, not only to do the work that we love, but also to build the skills to help us be the most engaged human beings that we can be as adults, to get the most out of our day-to-day experience as we possibly can. And I truly believe in this mission. I truly believe in this conversation. And so, you're going to hear a whole lot more from me here. And if you want to continue to hear more, you're going to definitely want to subscribe, because we are going to have so much fun together. And I just cannot wait to get on this journey with you, because as a Montessori mommy, I have made a decision to put my child into the Montessori school system methodology, right? Like that system of thinking, that system of practice. But I do believe that there is so much that we can learn from other Montessori alums, right? Those who are adults now. We can learn from other Montessori parents, people who have multiple children in the school systems, people who are looking at multiple different kinds of education, right? But I have fallen in love with the idea of a special education for every child. I've been in love with that idea since I was about 18 years old, because I truly believe that it's a system that loves our children, that will lead our children to be the best versions of themselves that they can be, and encourage them to encourage others as they grow and they learn and they blossom into the adults that they were born to be. So if you are loving this message and you're loving this kind of vibe, then I highly encourage you to follow me on LinkedIn, because this Montessori Mama is just getting started and I cannot wait to connect with you. Go ahead and DM me your questions, because I am going to be exploring a lot of different topics here. And I am looking forward to exploring your questions and engaging with you all. I really love to hear stories as well. And if you ever just want to come and talk with me, you can actually phone in and we can chat. I also am a person who follows the authoritative parenting model, which is really just an opportunity to create a system at home, right, that I can leverage to encourage a sense of interdependence and independence in my daughter, that allows her to build her sense of confidence and capability and her capacity to do the things that matter the most to her. And I can maintain my sanity as a mama who really wants to continue to grow and blossom as an individual, but who truly enjoys the work of being a mother as well. So if you're interested in any of those topics, you're definitely going to want to hang out with me on LinkedIn. Again, go ahead and follow me there. And if you're really loving this, maybe we can even turn this into a kind of a podcast, so you can subscribe and you can just get these little hits as they come out. But for now, I am going to say that it has been a privilege and a pleasure to have you here with me. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. If there's somebody out there who's willing and able to take care of you, please do let them, because you deserve it, my friend. And if not, then I hope that you'll take some time to take care of yourself. because again, you deserve it. Alrighty. Well, that's it for me for right now, but I will see you real soon in the next one. All right. You take care. Bye.